inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
That's right. Now you understand why the Congress doesn't really care about what Biden is doing or his son's doing. Doesn't make any sense to them. They want that to keep going because, again, if they stop that, then that stops their payday. When these guys go to Washington, they don't go to serve us, they go to get rich. I mean, if you really take a look at Hillary Clinton, look at the millions and millions of dollars she made selling her name. And then when Biden, think about it, when he thought he wasn't going to be president, he was out of politics when he got beat in the primary, he said, well, I got to go make some money. And think what he did. Think how you'd think. If the Clintons did this, why can't I do it? Nothing happened to the Clintons. So I'm just going to do the same thing. And then everybody else in Washington thinks the same way. If Clinton did it, see, she brought all this on us. If she got away with what she did, never spent a day in jail. Nothing. Never went to court. Never indicted. Look at all the stuff she did. So of course Congress says, well, then what are we doing? I want to get rich too. And that's why you're seeing what you are seeing. And what's it doing to us and the economy and the stock market? It's destroying Main Street. It's destroying the hardworking Americans. Because Congress, their mind is not on increasing productivity. It's all about increasing productivity. But one day it changed. We don't want to increase productivity anymore, they said. We don't want to increase our industrial production. Why don't we switch from industrial production, manufacturing, to finance? Let's shut down all our mills and factories. We'll sell them to China. Let's take all our workers and send them overseas, all those jobs. We can make more money if we're a finance economy. If we're a finance economy, not a manufacturing economy. And that's what they did. And the timing was perfect. Timing was perfect. The sun, the moon, everything lined up perfectly. Because on the horizon was what they call .com. Who the hell knew what .com was? It was perfect timing to get rid of productivity, get rid of industry, and do what they do best in Washington and Wall Street, steal. Steal from Main Street. So they started the .com industry under Bill Clinton. And how did that .com industry grow? Low rates. Again, drive those 10-year Treasury yields down. Drive the 3-month Treasury yield down. Because remember, the 3-month Treasury yield is tied to what? It's tied to businesses. Lending money to businesses, small, large. Large businesses, you know what they did with the money. They got near zero rates, bought their own shares, called stock buybacks. So the .com, there was so much money during the .com era when I started, people were selling their name. They had a neat .com name, and they'd sell it for millions of dollars. They had no address, no desk, just a name they would sell for millions of dollars. It was going nuts. But what allowed that? Low rates. Easy credit, low rates, easy credit. So Clinton, he's the one that got to the .com days. He brought all that up. That's where it all began, .com. Tech growth. And tech growth became excessive. Why? It wouldn't become excessive unless you had low rates, very low rates. Easy credit, low rates. And anytime you have anything excessive, it's followed by inflation. So that's what happened with the .com. Keeping those 3-month Treasury yields low, the 10-year Treasury yield low. Too low for too long. That's what we're paying for today, you know. That's exactly what's going on. Finally, we are paying for all those low rates. Remember what Clinton did? He brought in a bunch of scoundrels. Larry Summers, a gangster. Robert Rubin from Wall Street, another gangster. Hank Paulson. I mean, these are the mob. These are the real mob. The mob would look like Sunday school kids. Tim Geithner, remember him? Every time you mention their names, you got to go and take a shower. These people are so filthy, so corrupt. That was our .com. Access to cheap money. That's right. Print that money, get those yields back down. How long we've been doing this now? Get those yields. That's where it all started. That's the blueprint. The .com was the blueprint. And when the .com blew up, why? Because they couldn't, because of inflation, they had to keep raising yields. Remember, when you have inflation, you have a deficit. And you got to pay for that deficit. I don't care if it was the .com you're paying for the deficit, or whether you're paying for the deficit for selling houses. It's the deficits that kill you, because we don't have the money to pay those, and you got to pay those, and you got to print money to pay those. And then once you print the money to pay, you created inflation again because you printed the money, and then you got to start all over. You got to raise rates again. What caused the inflation? You got to start all over, raise rates again. You get that inflation down, and the dollar goes down. That's how it all started with the dot-com. Record low yields, extremely low. Then they replaced the manufacturing, the internet, and the interest in technology companies, all funded by easy money, easy credit, low rates. All you needed was a dot-com name. Well, when that blew up, then came GW, another genius. So after 9/11, what's he do? So let me see that playbook on .com. It seemed to work. And he started to read the playbook on the .com. He had to get out of trouble. After all, we elected an idiot, which he was. So he had to figure out what to do. More when I get back. And stop.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
You know, I'm not worried. When I see people are talking about they're worried about this and they're worried about that, I don't worry that much.
Goldman Sachs shares down another 2% today. The bank just reported its worst earnings in years, including nearly a 60% drop in profit last month. And that's just one thing they've got to worry about. The other is a talent exodus. 90 partners have reportedly left under the bank's current CEO, David Solomon.
And Jamie Dimon's not worried at all. Oh, he's doing fine. But yet, when we find out, they're ready to take his rating and downgrade his bank. But he was telling us he's not worried. But he finds out today his bank is going to get downgraded. Remember he said this?
The big picture of America is resilient, unbelievable, et cetera. What we have today is a little bit of an anomaly. A very strong consumer, low unemployment.
Unbelievable. He's more crooked than a corkscrew. It's unbelievable. I'm talking about crooked. When you go to the gas pump, and you go to the supermarket, they're telling you how wonderful the economy is. You know it's not. You're paying for the .com. See, nobody ever paid for the .com screw-up. See, because it was a bailout, another bailout. As long as they keep bailing out, we don't go into recessions, you pay. I pay. Then when Bush took over and 9/11 hits, he goes, oh, I got to do something. Let me take a look at the playbook. Oh, look what's in the playbook. Let's do the same thing. We'll give easy credit. Remember, the .com, the only difference between the .com and the housing con was most of the loss in the .com were investors. Not many retail customers were in .com in those days. And investors got low rates, easy terms, leveraged the hell out of it, and they all lost a hell of a lot of money. But the problem is when the .coms were finished, they never would go into a recession and clean it up. You have to go into a recession at some point and clean it up. So then GW comes in, does the housing con, same thing. Oil hits $100, yields go up. And remember, what killed the .com and what killed the housing con was yields. Yields going up, just like they're doing now. When there is inflation, you can't stop the yields from going up. And when yields are going up, banks lose money unless it's a great economy. right now our economy's so bad that the banks, every time the yields go up, they're seeing more car loans going to default, more commercial real estate going to default, and then you have companies. I mean, they borrowed money near zero rates. Even a little bit. Some of them were borrowing, okay, maybe 1%, 1.5% to buy their own shares. And what happened there? Well, the same thing. Yields start going up. Anytime there's inflation, you can't control it. The yields go up. See, the 10-year Treasury yield is not controlled by the Federal Reserve. They control their own rate, the short-term rate, and they try to influence their short-term rate. They'll print money, go in and they'll buy 10-year Treasuries, trying to lower the 10-year Treasury so they can lower their yields, so they can loan money to a company to buy its own stock back to move the stock price up from $80 to $200, and it doesn't make any profits. But again, the .com blew up when yields went up. The housing con blew up when yields went up, and oil went up, like what we're doing right now. So then comes Obama. You can't remember GW, when he blew up the housing market, he refused to go into a recession. He wanted to bail out the banks, all his buddies on Wall Street. He bailed out the banks. When Obama came in, he doubled down. Him and Biden said, let's double down. But we're not going to go and get involved with increased production or increasing manufacturing. What we're going to do is expand the welfare state. More free programs, give them Obama phones, give them everything they want free. I'm a socialist. And he doubled the national debt from 10 trillion to 20 trillion. And it makes me sick to my stomach when he shows up somewhere. They treat him like a hero. They treat him like a hero instead of a sausage. He's another sausage. He took us from $10 trillion to 20 trillion. That's what you're paying for when you go to the gas pump. People don't even realize why gas is up so. Oh, gas is up because they're cutting back, or these Saudi Arabians are doing this. No, it's up. It's up because he doubled the debt from 10 trillion to 20 trillion, and we never did anything about it. Trump came in, he made one phone call, and he was impeached twice in a row. He's out the door. Then comes in Obama. Oh, boy. Now Biden comes in now. Now he decides, remember now, Obama and Biden, they decide to shift to slow productivity. They didn't want manufacturing. They didn't want productivity. They wanted low interest rates to help them grow their welfare state. And that started to cause all these financial imbalances. When you keep rates too low for too long, you're screwed. When you keep rates too low for too long, you can't catch up. When you have all these easy monetary policies, you're taking a lot of risk. And then all of a sudden, you got our government doing deals that are worthless. There's no value to them. As they call them, investments that are malfeasant. Investments, they put in $3 and get $1 return, but they don't care as long as it has something to do with socialism or the welfare state. So if you take the .com, the housing con, we didn't do anything about .com or housing con. Then we started the QE con under Obama, and we never did anything with the QE con. We saved the banks again. Now, here we are in the QE con. We're paying for that. We're paying for it. And now what people don't realize, we can go from inflation to deflation or worse, stagflation. But nobody wants to talk about that either. So what do? Well, when we get back from the break, we'll talk about stocks in the market and what you should do. And by the way, don't bother trying to hide in utilities. That's a waste of time. More when I get back. Join my gang free for 10 days. Try it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Just go to my site, click where it says Get Started. Also, remember, look at Instagram, Facebook, Rumble, Apple, YouTube. And on Instagram and YouTube, especially Instagram, I have these segments. They're about 1 minute long. And so too on YouTube. Very popular. We've been getting one I got already 40,000 hits on. And they're very popular. So you should check it out. They're free. Okay, and I give these little tidbits on the market. Talking about the stock market, you got to understand what put us in the position we are in today, and we're not going to be able to get out of it without a lot of pain. It all started with the dot-com. See, you can go ahead and do things like dot-com fail. You can do housing common fail, but you got to pay for it. You got to fix it. But the problem is nobody wants to fix it because it interrupts them. It inconveniences them from making money. Just like this little clip about NBA and NFL. I'll play it one more time because this is interesting.
Guess which is it? Is it NBA or NFL? 36 have been accused of spousal abuse. 7 have been arrested for fraud. 19 have been accused of writing bad checks. 117 have directly or indirectly been bankrupted at least 2 businesses. 3 have done time for assault. 71, I repeat, 71 cannot get a credit card due to their bad credit. 14 have been arrested on drug-related charges. 8 have been arrested for shoplifting. 21 currently are defendants in lawsuits, and 84 have been arrested for drunk driving in the last year. How many of you think NBA? How many of you think NFL? Well, the answer is neither. It's the 435 members of the United States Congress.
And there is the problem right there. These people in Congress don't go there to serve us. They go there to get rich. And who's their template? Hillary. Look what she got away with. That's the template. And if you are a Democrat, you really get away with it. So when these guys get out in the morning, they're not there serving us. How do they make money? That's our problem. Because not one of them, if we took that dot-com crash and turned it into a recession and suffered for about 8 months, we would have came out of there looking terrific. Same thing with the housing come. See, when you do a recession, you clean up all that malfeasance. You get rid of the government too. They get rid of all their bad stuff off their balance sheet. Companies get all their stuff off their balance sheets. Cleanup time. Then you start fresh and you come out like a gangbusters. Your economy starts growing. You grow 4%, 5%, then it settles down to about 3%. We have never caught up. So that's what you're paying for, and that's what I'm paying for now when we go to the gas station. So what do? Well, you make money. But if you're stuck with buy and hold, you can't make money. Buy and hold doesn't work. Buying on the dip. Look what's going on today, buying on the dip. These poor souls, I call them tourist investors, they don't know the difference between a 10-year treasury yield, a 3-month treasury yield, and a sausage. They don't know the difference. They have no clue. When they look at, you think when they sit down on their computer, they're ready to invest in a stock, they look at the yields first, see what's going on? Because if yields are going up, that means inflation is going up. So I better stay away from those stocks that don't do well with inflation. And even now, people are running to utilities. You can't hide in utilities. You can't hide in staples. There's only probably one decent staple. If you're going to hide at all, it'd be Johnson & Johnson. But there's no place to hide. So you got to sell short. And it's not hard to sell short. And so we've been, today, we did some more shorts. Morgan Stanley was a short today we put on. Nice short, setting up beautiful for us, Morgan Stanley. But it's going to take time. See, you got to understand, they're holding the market up artificially right now. We call it, they're holding up with steel I-beams, we call it, between if you take what they call the plunger team, which consists of the Federal Reserve, the President, the Treasury Secretary, Commodities Future Trading Commission, all these chairs, they sit around and decide, how do we hold the market up? And then they just make the decision to hold the market up. They go in and they buy a bunch of index futures. And I'm just going to explain it simply. They just go in and say, okay, let's say, I don't know, let's say the Qs, okay, just use the number. Say it was at $30. They can say, okay, I'm going to buy those in the future. I'm going to buy them in December for $130. Well, the market goes up. So that's how they rig the market to stay up. So that's why, and then the other thing, you also know that we have these tourists who are buying the dips, because you notice in the mornings they'll rally the market. And then by noontime, or even late going into the afternoon to close it goes back down. There's your proof right there. That's your proof that those are tourists going in. They don't know what they're doing. They jump in and buy, not realizing there's no institutional money around to sustain the rally. So what's happening is people like me and other professionals, when we see tourists come in and buy in a dip and it rallies, we go in and short it and make money on the way down. Now, if you take Morgan Stanley today on our chart, the color-coded chart, it's a beautiful thing, it fell underneath both moving averages. That means it's really showing weakness. And my chart, not unlike your chart, won't show this, but my chart with the algorithms started to turn red, telling me institutions are selling it short, okay, or at least they're pulling their money out. So we started out slowly shorting Morgan Stanley today. Everything was set up perfectly for Morgan Stanley. Now, you don't go in and start with 1,000 shares. You build your position. We also took Goldman Sachs, and that just broke both moving averages, setting up nicely. And we bought a little, we sold it short, not a lot of shares, just a little. And about another week or so, that should break down. So that's what we're working on. We're selling these banks. These banks are in deep, deep trouble. And that's why Jamie Dimon got a surprise today. Oh, they're going to downgrade him too. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Listen to this here.
What do you think they're talking about when they talk about Bidenomics? What is that?
Well, that's the other thing, is when you mix the dogmatism of economists with the impatience of politicians, you end up with a toxic mix. So politicians have to work on a 2 to 4 year election cycle. This is a process that may take a generation to change. And when you try to do it too quickly, such as dropping this much money onto an economy in a short period of time, you end up with distortions. The Fed has also got distorted interest rates. They're trying to make up for the fact that they were distorting rates for 20 years by raising rates very aggressively the last year. These things all take time, and they cause ructions in the market, and that's what we're going through right now. It's just correcting mistakes that took many, many years to develop.
Just what I said. We're paying for the dot-com crash because they wouldn't allow it to go into a recession. And then we paying for the housing con crash, which GW went in and bailed the banks out. He wouldn't let it go into a recession. And now they don't want us to go into another recession again. Why? Because they want to come up somehow to get these rates back down. That's what they're talking about. How do we, they may even go back and do another zero rate. They don't care about the economy doing well. Because remember, these investors, these very, very wealthy people, aren't tied to the economy. They make a fortune in the stock market. There's no better place to be in the stock market if you know how to sell short. We'll be back with more. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, it's like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. Learn how to use the Pro 2 color-coded chart. You got it for 10 days free, and you're going to learn how to sell short. If you think you're going to go hide in staples or utilities, forget it. Everything goes down. That's why 85% of people lose money. You know, talking about being responsible, Bill Clinton was the only president, really, that was responsible. He hated inflation. He did everything he could to, well, he didn't always hate inflation. Something he got in trouble with inflating, but when he was in the Oval Office, he hated inflation, I'm telling you. And he did a good job. And when you have a president, because see, inflation's a terrible thing. Inflation's an awful thing. And you know what and I'll tell you what really grinds me is when they say, well, you know, inflation was at 9% and now it's down to 3.2. Isn't that great? Wait a minute. 80% of that was gasoline prices and oil prices being cut. Prices are still up 19%. Wages only went up 4.2%. Prices went beyond that to 19%. So when they say, oh, it went from 9% to 3%, what difference does it make? It's like, you know what that'd be like? That'd be like saying, let's say you committed a crime, you did a murder, and now they're going to execute you. And you get a letter in your jail cell and say, we're going to execute you on Friday, but we decided to show mercy. We're going to drown you. But instead of drowning you in 50 feet of water, we're going to drown you in 5 feet of water. Yay! What difference does it make? It makes no difference. Clinton knew what inflation would do to the economy. He's the only one. He's the only one. And then the other thing he understood, what helicopter money was. There's nobody worse than Obama and then Biden spending money on garbage that we get no returns on. It's called helicopter money. I tell you about that. Nothing worse than helicopter money. Because like I say, you're going to invest $3, you get $1 back. You're supposed to invest $1 and get $3 back.
You know, we added way too much demand, particularly for goods, and we didn't produce those goods. We just helicopter dropped federally financed demand.
What he's saying is we printed a lot of money, we gave it to manufacturers, go do something with it. And they did nothing with it. We didn't produce anything with the money. Instead, what'd they do? They handed money out. The states and the counties, they all handed money out. And then you couldn't get a worker come work for you. Why would they work? They got plenty in their savings now from all the government. So instead of paying them $15 an hour, you got to beg them to come to work for $20 or $25. But now that's not working. And that's why we got historic small business bankruptcies in the first 6 months. Because now all these costs have added up, trying to get people back to work, and you're overpaying them, and now there's no profits left. Your biggest cost is labor. But going back to stocks, if you learn how to sell short, give you an example. We shorted GM. Perfect short. The stock was at $41. It went down to $37.66 and then turned red. Now, we could have shorted it at 40. We could have shorted it at 39. We could have shorted it at 38. No, we waited to short it at 37.68 or 37.70. Why? Because our chart shows us there was enough shorting. The institutions were pulling their money out, which means I had the highest probability that the stock would go from 37.70, okay, all the way down to 30. I had a better opportunity, or higher probability the stock would go down to 30 from 37 than from 40 to 30. You see what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing about the chart, because it follows the money. So if I decide to short it at 40 or at 39, next morning I could have woke up and it was up 10% against me. But by following the money, and the chart does it with its algorithm, it's turned red at 37.60. We'll round it off. And then we shorted Ford. Same thing. So both these, we had about a 10% return. But here's the other side of it. On Ford, it told you to buy it at $13.75. So that means $13.75, you would have gotten out at the peak around $15.32. That's probably about 10%, I think. And so 12%. And then when it turned red, we just flipped it and shorted it. And that picked up another, whatever it was, 12%, something like that, 10%. So let's say 10% up and 10% down in the same stock. But here's where people lose money. They buy a stock, they get in, it goes up 10%, and then they get out. I better get out. It's going down. I better get out. Get me out. Get me out. Then they go look for another stock. But the problem is all stocks are up. So you're going to be buying a stock that's overvalued. And that's what's happening now. When people are buying stocks right now, they're buying stocks that the institutions won't dare touch. The valuations are insane. And we're in real trouble. The banks are in horrible trouble. Usually when you got yields to go from the 3-month treasury that was once at 0.1%, now at 5.4%. You got 10-year treasury yield once at 1%, now at what, 4.5%. That's horrible. You're dead. The economy's dead. That kind of inflation, the market just stagnates. I mean, people just can't spend. They can't get loans. All of a sudden, the banks cut loans off. So what are you going to do? You're going to go and try to find a stock to buy? Or are you going to try to get one of these silly stocks, Staples, Coca-Cola, Procter & Gamble? You're going to hide in there? That's not going to work. And all of this they do, just think about it. When our government spends money because it's free, they print it, they don't care how good the investment is. It's always a political reason behind spending it. And it's always about socialism. The more people I let across from the border, the more I give them free, they're going to vote Democrat. The Republicans would do the same thing. They just didn't think about it. The Democrats, Republicans are no different than the Democrats. They're like, and this is the other thing I hate about politics. They're like, everybody's got their team. I'm on a Democrat team. I'm on a Republican. We don't think about what's right or wrong anymore. We're on a team. We're on a team. We don't think about who's right or wrong. No, that doesn't even enter our thinking process, who's right or wrong. Isn't that disgusting? We got these gangsters in Washington who don't care about who's right or wrong. Give me a break. I'm on the team. So just play some stocks that are smart. Take Goldman Sachs. You really think Goldman Sachs is going to go up? No. How's it going to go up? Do you understand Goldman Sachs, what trouble Goldman Sachs is in? The amount of commercial loans they have? People can't pay? And it's not, they're trying to tell you it's all these regional banks. It's not just the regional banks. It's the big banks. They're in trouble. So oil, we've been in oil when nobody wanted oil. We bought refiners here, MPC and MRO. MPC, it turned green for us on July 12th. I think we bought it on July, if I'm right, I think we bought it on July 19th, around 119. We rounded off, 120. And we took most of our profit last Friday. So let's just say 119 to today's at 142. We use today's number, 142. So that's an 18% return on this refiner, but we knew exactly when to buy it, knew exactly when to get it, and we're going to know exactly when to short it. See, most people, they get in, and then they say, get me out. And then when they get out, they're looking for a stock to buy, or they'll say, I got a good stock for you. Buy in a dip. But you never buy on a dip. So look, the stock market, you don't have to know anything about the company or what it even does. Just follow the money. And we have the charts to do that. And you got to learn how to sell short as well as buy. Easy. 10 days free. Check it out. See you on the chart. Remember, stay true.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.